said, big mistake, I played the game. Should've never given it away. No, I didn't mean to. You get hurt at all. I appreciate the time with you. My heart is when I'm with you. I don't think we're compatible. It's just not impossible. No, we all kinda selfish, baby. Please don't judge me. Please don't.
Today, I'm going to be showing you guys our current morning routine. I don't know if I'm going to call this video our fall morning routine because honestly, y'all, I don't think our routine is finna change based on the seasons. School is back in, so we are back at it. And honestly, I can say that our morning routine is probably as solid as it has ever been. I make it a special point to keep our morning routine very simple. And I also do some prep work the night before so that I don't have as much to do in the morning and the girls don't have as much to do in the morning. Starting off my morning, you guys saw I decided to take a little immunity pack from Beekeepers Naturals. They actually sent it over to me, and I had been feeling a little bit of the itchiness in my throat, and y'all already know when the seasons change, people get sick. And if you know, you know, if you're a mama, you cannot get sick. I don't have time to be sick, so I decided to take that. I do now prep our lunches the day of instead of the night before. That is something that I decided to switch up this year, actually, just because I kind of want the girls to have as fresh of a lunch as possible. Obviously, if they have a hot lunch, I can't prep it the night before, but I used to prep all their lunches the night before, and I just didn't like the idea of their food sitting in the refrigerator overnight and then them taking it to school for it to sit for some more hours. So I prepped their lunch. I always keep it very easy and very simple, and I always have it planned out. So in the mornings, it's really not a huge fuss for me to fix their lunch because it's already all planned out. I make sure we have everything I need, and everything that they like to eat is very, very simple. Once I fix their lunch, I go ahead and pack it up into their backpacks. Like I said, everything that I do is very intentional, and it's not necessarily always aligned with, you know, making them the most independent that they can be, but they pretty much do all of the rest of the things by themselves. So me putting their lunchbox in their backpack is just one less thing for them to have to worry about. I also use this time to go ahead and fill out any papers, sign their folders if I didn't do it the night before, and I go ahead and put their backpacks by the front door. It just makes it seamless. They can get ready, do everything they need to do, and their backpacks are already waiting by the door. This also eliminates anybody forgetting their lunch boxes because we had so many of those instances last year. I've actually gotten out of the habit of having coffee first thing in the morning. I actually usually don't have it until I get back from dropping them off to school because I like to make it a big thing and a big experience. But today I just needed an extra little pick-me-up, so I just used some already ready cold brew coffee, made me a cute little coffee, and went about my business. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the girls' clothes ironed. This is also something that I prepped the night before. Honestly, if I weren't so tired the night before, I would have also gone ahead and ironed it because I just don't like doing stuff that takes up too much of my time. But it was something that needed to be done, so I always make sure their clothes are at least picked out, and then if I do have to squeeze in a quick iron in the morning, then I will. What I will say, the difference between any previous morning routines that I've shared with you guys is the intention behind everything that I do, and also sort of like the habit stacking or layering that is happening. So right now, while I'm ironing their clothes and prepping their lunch, I'm also listening to a podcast or some sort of a sermon to kind of get my mind and my heart right to start the day. I no longer do my morning devotional first thing in the morning because I found myself really just rushing through it because I knew I had other tasks to get to. So instead, I will do that later on in the morning once the girls are dropped off to school and I have a little bit more time to sit down and spend with God. But I did want to always have an element of the Lord first thing in the morning so that I can get my mind right. Once I wake up the girls, they're pretty much off to the races. They do most of their morning routine on their own. Now, that don't mean I'm not checking and seeing what they're doing and making sure that they up, because truth be told, Mila has alarms set on her phone. So really this day she was supposed to be up all by herself. That is something that she requested to do, and most days it works. But this morning I came to check on them and they were still asleep, which is no problem. I'm not wanting to rush my girls into being more independent than what they currently are, but I do think these are good habits to kind of set in place so that they can get a better understanding of a good structured morning routine. And also it just gives them an extra sense of confidence if they get up by themselves, get themselves ready. Like I said, I am always there hands on, checking in, making sure everybody's teeth brushed, face washed, all of that. So usually during the time that they are doing their hygiene routine in the restroom is when I will go ahead and get myself together for the day. Now I will say this might be, controversial, but I stay pretty crusty until I get back. I don't want to rush through any of the things that I have to do. I don't like to do my skincare routine first thing in the morning. I really just kind of put myself together as much as possible so that in the case that I have to get out of the car, help the girls, whatever, I'm not looking all the way crazy, but I save the rest of my morning routine for when I am back home after dropping them off. The last thing that we are going to be doing is doing their hair, and most of the time they do have some sort of a protective style. That's just what works for us. It's easiest, and if you have little black girls or really girls in general that have a lot of hair and it takes a long time to do them, then you could probably relate. But yeah, the girls really like having their hair already done, and neither one of them are big fans of getting their hair brushed, so it just works for all of us, and it makes our morning routine that much easier. I could not imagine if I had to do 2 heads every morning. That would definitely stretch out our morning routine so much longer. Truthfully, our morning routine in all is probably about an hour and 45 minutes, but if we had to get ready and dress, we could get dressed in that time or less. So I feel like that's a pretty decent morning routine. I really don't have nothing to compare it to, so y'all will have to let me know what y'all's morning routines are like. But ours is very, very simple, not a whole bunch of bells and whistles. I really had to learn over the years that simplicity is best, especially if I want the girls to actually run on time. So that's just what works for us. And like I said, there's just certain pillars and things that we do the night before or the week before, like doing hair and all that, just to help us actually get out of the door on time. Because baby, one thing about it, running on time is not something that is natural to me. I really had to learn that skill as an adult, because when I was in school, there were several times that my daddy threatened to leave me, okay, because I would be running that late. So obviously as a mother, I cannot pass those traits on to my kids, but it has definitely been a learning curve. And being a mom for almost 9 years now, I've just had to learn that sometimes simplicity is best. We cutting out a whole bunch of extra stuff. If I have to help a little bit more to get us out the door, then I will. And that's just kind of where we are and what has been working.
Starts as my snipers hit their marks and your guards fall down from a rifle to the heart. Like clap, clap, let them fall slow. I know you had your fears, you could let them all go. And most women are motivated, so I act accordingly. But this is so refreshing.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this phase of motherhood where my girls are a lot more independent. I felt for a while when they were younger that I was in the trenches because I literally had to help with every little thing. But now they are a lot more independent, and I can just be there to make sure that things are being done and they're doing them correctly. And also some mornings they do need more help than other mornings. They are little people, so some mornings they are so tired, they're dragging, and I'm more than happy to help them get dressed, help them brush their teeth, tie their shoes, whatever the case is. But most mornings they're pretty much on their game. And yeah, also my girls are officially into perfume, so every morning they pick their own perfume to put on, and it's just so fun having girls, getting them all cute for school. They smelling good, looking good, and honestly I'm pretty confident that I was born to be a girl mom. I'm all about the girly things, and it's just so much fun watching them evolve into little people and to having their own preferences. And yeah, y'all, that is pretty much it for our morning routine. Like I said, backpacks is already about to go, baby. Most mornings the girls will also grab a snack to eat on the way to school. They both didn't want what we had here because we didn't have their favorites this morning, so they chose to just eat breakfast at school, which is what they usually do. But like I said, usually they'll have a snack. But yeah, that is pretty much our morning routine. We keep it very cute, very simple. And this is what works for us, y'all. It really does not change much on the day-to-day basis. Like, has been working for us this year, and it helps everybody just have the best day. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed spending the morning with us, and I will see you in our next video.